Hello and welcome to Anden's channel, my channel, and also welcome to the introduction of Anden's Opinion Corner, the revival. I am bringing back Anden's Opinion Corner. It was a thing that I did in 2015, maybe 2016, I don't really remember. It was a while ago though. Now, in case you guys are not aware, Anden's Opinion Corner is where I usually take your comments that you've sent to me that has a topic or a subject or literally anything that's usually not a video that you want me to share my opinion on, and then I will do so. In the past there have been some subjects and topics and everything that I haven't talked about, or that I try to like spin it in a more positive fashion than what I really think. The reason for that is, of course, maybe I'm not that familiar with the subject, and rather than making like an uneducated video of my opinion when I don't really have one, I just didn't make a video at all. I want it to change now, I want to see a subject, okay, I don't know much about that, look it up, so I can form an opinion and then make a video about it, which is why these videos will not be a weekly thing, hopefully a bi-weekly thing, we'll see what happens, and the subject can be literally, it can be anything, and which also means that these videos will vary in size. This video will be quite long just because of this whole exposition dump in the beginning, but depending on what kind of topic it is and how much I really have to say about it, these videos will be maybe from 5 minutes to maybe even 15 minutes. I don't really know. And why did I think it was a good time to bring it back now? The world is going to shit, guys. So I thought now, with everything being so extremely like loaded and people are so tense, why not start doing these videos now just to see what happens? Because there will be subjects and all of that I won't have the same opinion as you, and I wanted that to be a good thing. I want to be able to see an argument or a discussion, in the comment section where people are nice, where people are able to actually discuss something without being complete jackasses to each other. That's what I want my channel to be. I hate it when people are just like, you fucking fag. Just me saying that word is gonna cause people to trigger, which of course that could be an Anden's Opinion Corner all by itself. But even though these videos might tackle some difficult subject or heavy subjects, I'm not really sure. Today I wanted to start off with something lighter, and luckily a few weeks ago I got a comment from Dylan Murphy on my Twitter, which you can go check out in the description. And Dylan Murphy asked me, how do you feel about stories in games? What should come first? The free will of the player or the script? I am a very particular type of gamer. I love story. That's why I love linear games, but that's also why I love open world games, as long as they have a good story, like Horizon Zero Dawn. I'm playing it right now, and it has a really interesting story, but it also has great free will, I suppose. I mean, you're basically doing the same thing, so I'm not really sure, like, the free will. I mean, if free will is just like wandering around the world, then yeah, I suppose it has free will. Or if you're thinking about like a No Man's Sky type of thing where you are creating the story, or like a Minecraft type of thing, that's probably like the most like free will things I can think of. Story in video games are extremely important for me. I don't play 2D platformers. I don't play, games that are just like for gameplay. A good example of that is Destiny. I bought that game with the hopes of it being like a Mass Effect-y, and not, with choices or anything, but just, a good sci-fi game. I just wanted to see that, and unfortunately, after playing for like 5 hours, leveling 3 characters up, I realized that, ooh, there's no story here. And even though the gameplay was actually great, and I hate first-person shooters, but the gameplay of Destiny was really, really good. But I hated doing the same thing over and over again, and there was no story, so I had to stop playing it. And then you go to games like Uncharted or anything, those are extremely linear games. The Last of Us is a bit more open, but it's still very linear, and I love those types of games. It's like you're having like an active experience while watching a movie instead of having, the passive experience that you usually do, and for some reason I'm really, really drawn to it. I love it when the game actually looks good and the story is very compelling. So to answer the first question, how do I feel about stories in games? For me, it's very important. If I don't know what my character wants, what my character motivation is, why I'm doing what I'm doing, I lose interest in the game. If I am just wandering around an open empty world, like it's and even if the world isn't empty, if I don't know what I'm gonna do in the world, like I just panic, just like the world is too big, I don't know. I have to have like, I have to go here, I have to go there, I have to have a cutscene, I have to have a cutscene every 5 minutes. No, that's kidding, of course. So hopefully that answered the first part, and the second part is, what should come first? The free will of the player or the script. Now, I've talked a lot about the story, you know, which is basically the script, and as I mentioned before, the free will of the player is a very interesting choice of words, because it really makes me think about Minecraft or No Man's Sky. No Man's Sky is a bad example, but Minecraft, you know, you're in a world and you are creating the story of your character, and that's the main game where I can think of where you have actual free will. Because in all of the games that I play, there's always some story. Maybe the story isn't good, maybe the story is bad, but there's always some story. And in an open world game, you're always doing the same thing over and over again, so I'm not really sure like how much free will is in there. Of course, the free will might be like, oh, I'm gonna go here and then I'm gonna go there. I mean, they talked about Assassin's Creed Origins, for example, that game will have more free will than the previous games, just because you don't have to go through all of the missions in a linear order. You can now just go here, go there, go there. And as soon as I heard that, I had a negative response, because I love story and I love that, and the fact that you can now go to this mission, this mission, this mission means for me that these stories will not have something that connects them, you know, they will all be separate things. So I mean, I guess Assassin's Creed Origins actually answer the whole main thing, like what should come first. For me, the script should come first, but of course I do think like that the best thing is a blend of both. Usually the superhero games that I play have fun gameplay. I mean, if you want to call that free will, that's always fun. And when I played Shadow of Mordor is the first video game that I play where I have no idea what was going on in the story. It's the first game where I just listened to podcasts while playing it, and I really loved the gameplay, because it was that, you know, our Batman Arkham gameplay where you just mindlessly kill. I love that. So in that sense, the script for me wasn't very important, but overall, all of my games that I have are very story heavy games, even though they have gameplay, even though they are open world. I mean, you look at the Infamous games, they're very story heavy games. Even though there are open worlds, so you can choose to do this mission, this mission, this mission. So I will say that even though I do agree that the free will of the player is very important, otherwise it is just watching a movie. So of course free will of the player is important. If I have to choose between one or the other, I will say the script. I'd rather play through a linear game with an awesome story than a 50-hour game and just like wander around like aimlessly, like I'm killing this person, then I'm killing this person, then I have to do that 10 more times, you know. So hopefully you guys are satisfied with my answers. Now I want to ask you guys the same thing. How do you feel about stories in video games? What should come first, the free will of the player or the script? I want to hear your opinions, and you can expect another one of these videos depending on if I get some comments of what you want me to talk about. And I also have 2 other of these types of videos planned, so yeah, at least 2 more, and then we'll see what happens. I love you all, and I hope you all have a fantastic day. Anden's Opinion Corner is back, and it's gonna get real, son.